The reason I'm here is because I am finally jumping back into working on the trailer. I need to install the outriggers that I have made. I've shown clips of the outriggers in previous videos, and I have them all finished now, and I will show them to you. These guys right here, they are made out of steel. They are strong. I've got a series of them. I'll be putting 5 on each side because, as you know, the walls of this trailer right now cantilever out about a foot from the ladder frame underneath. There's a good shot of that frame. The walls cantilever out a foot and there is no support, which is really odd for a travel trailer. I don't know why they did this, so I am installing them because there's no way that this house should not be supported right to the outside of the box,
which are the load points
on a travel trailer as it's going down the road. So I'm getting my welder set up out here. I realize I have to run back to work and grab an extension cord because my welder plug inside the shop is too far away to run the welder out here. And then I can start welding the outriggers in place, 5 on each side. I want to start installing right at the step and work my way up this side, and then I'll hit the other side. So the first thing I need to do is to remove these old brackets from the step so that I can then landmark exactly where my holes need to be in my new bracket. Okay, that's one done, and that'll work just fine. Now I have to take the other one and make it a mirror image of this one.
There. Not only will these outriggers help support the weight of the box of the trailer, they will also provide support for the stairs. As I'm prepping the surface to weld to the frame, one final thing that I make sure to check is that I look behind the frame to make sure that there aren't any wires or gas line or anything that the heat from the welding process is going to damage.
Now, it would have been easier to put these brackets up individually. However, by bolting the stairs in between them first, I've eliminated the possibility of making any error in terms of spacing. Well, that's not my prettiest weld. It's a solid weld, it's strong. But what I have realized here by flexing down on the stairs is that the frame rails actually twist a little bit. And so I am going to have to put cross members in here that run from the bottom of the frame rail here all the way to the other side over there to help prevent that twisting. It's the only thing I can do, really. It's unfortunate. It's extra work that I didn't count on. The other thing too that I may be able to do is, once I've taken up the floor and rebuilt the floor, I can put something structural in the floor and run a new bolt down and secure it that way, and that'll make a difference as well. I'm a little disappointed, actually. Because here's my concern. These outriggers are going to be supporting some weight. And if this style of frame wants to twist, this frame might not actually be suitable for the type of outrigger support that I want to put on it. Having said that, they did not put the support necessary in the floor to prevent what happened from happening. You've either got to do one or the other. You have to have outriggers or you have to have support in the floor. And because I am not building the floor and then setting the walls down on top of it, I can't get under the walls to support it in the way that I would like to. So I had to go with outrigger support. But the frame might not be able to support the outriggers unless I put cross pieces in. It's always something. With the outriggers and stairs welded in place, I'm going to leave this for now, even though it does have that little bit of weird flexy stuff going on. I can't use the stairs yet, but I do have a solution. And so because I have a solution, which you will see a little bit later on, I guess, I am going to continue. I'm not going to abandon my outrigger project. And so I'm moving on to the next location, which is right in front of the wheel well. Currently, I have an outrigger at the back of the door. I have an outrigger at the front of the door, right behind the wheel well here. Now I'm going to put another one in at the front of the wheel well. And because I am so close to the axle here on this one, it might actually be stronger, but we'll see once it's in place. If it does flex, then I can't release my jack yet. I need to maintain support because I don't want to twist the frame. With better access, it's easier to get nicer welds. I'm curious to release the jack slowly and see how much deflection there is going to be. Let's find out. Okay, that's good. Man, if that frame twisted, I didn't see it. That's really good. As I suspected, because the axle is bolted right here, this is providing strength. So it looks like it's just weaker at the ends where there isn't any true lateral support. Okay, this is good. I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't have to use the jack on this one. With that outrigger in place just in front of the axle here, it is supporting the box of the trailer, so it's no longer sagging at this point. That's very encouraging. Well, the welds look strong. We'll just have to see how they hold up over time. Okay, some positive news. It actually looks like I'm only going to have to reinforce that one at the very back by the stairs. I'm not going to have to reinforce the one at the front, even though the frame is narrower there, because of the A-frame. So I have this front outrigger welded into place, and if I pan forward a little bit, or kind of come under here, this is the front of my trailer, and that A-frame triangle is going to provide all the strength necessary to prevent this frame from deflecting. So that is awesome. That's one side of the trailer done. Now I'm going to move over to the other side of the trailer, and I was a little concerned at first about whether or not my gas lines would be running right in the frame itself, and they're not. They're set back about a foot or so. So again, that's excellent because I don't have to worry about getting heat anywhere near my gas lines. I'm going to get up now.
But before I do that, I am going to make a cross member. I have to weld a couple pieces together to get the length, to provide some lateral support for the tail end piece of the frame where I am experiencing a little bit of deflection.
I think I'm on to something. What I've made, as I explained, was a piece of angle that I'm going to weld between the frame rail on this side and the frame rail over there. Now what you're looking at right there is a piece of 2x4 that I cut about 3/4 of an inch longer than the spacing between the frame rails. And I've wedged that into place, essentially mimicking what I'm going to be installing later. Because this area of the frame has no lateral reinforcement, it needed it. So that's what I'm putting together here right now, and I think it'll work. I put some weight on the stairs with that 2x4 in place, and the amount of drop when I put weight on it is significantly less.
Probably the most difficult thing with all of this is positioning the jack in the center and balancing the beam on it and slowly lifting it up into place.
Which is exactly what I just did.
It really is the setup that takes all the time. But I have this cross member positioned now. I've clamped this up to remove any little gaps or anything here. It's nice and tight against there. It's flush to the end. I wire wheeled this to clean that up, so I'm ready to weld it into place. Well, that made a ton of difference with the this cross member added in and welded into place. What a difference. I can use the stair now, and there's very little flex. I guess I can remove that hairy 2x4 now.
And since the remaining outriggers are just a repeat process of what I've already done, I'm going to end it here, say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time as we move inside the trailer and I start working out how to frame up and sheet a floor.